Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dayton, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of instantly game with all the weird email stuff going on. With G Suite and Outlook, maybe some of you guys are leaving, using some of those accounts to send on instantly. Maybe you guys are no longer wanting to use G Suite or Outlook, so on and so forth. Maybe you're running custom SMTP setup or using some type of ESP. The issue with running over to these different ESPs is that you need a way to remove the bounce emails and the spam emails. So the way we're going to do that's really simple. Assuming you guys have good list hygiene and your guys' lists are, um, you know, cleaned up, verified, the whole nine, you're still going to get bounces. If you're a cold emailer, you know this. So here's how we're going to be able to remove the bounce emails from instantly. First thing you're going to do is over and instantly, you're going to go and copy your API key, and then you're going to head over to a program called n8n. Now, n8n is a really just a good workflow tool, basically the same thing as Zapier, just more cost effective and more efficient effectively. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at Instantly's API documentation. And the way you have to do this is a little bit different than if some of you guys are already doing this and using Zapier. What you have to do effectively is you have to look up the lead, get the campaign ID, and then change the lead status in that campaign. So we're going to be using this one, get or search for lead and update lead status. Those are the two docs that we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and do this. So first thing you need to do here is you need to get a webhook. Now we're not going to use the HTTP method get, we're going to be using post. So you're going to take this post and you're going to copy this over. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume you guys are using SendGrid, which is a common ESP. So you're going to go to mail settings here, create new webhook. We'll call it test, post URL is the URL we copied. And let's say we're sending over the spam and bounced emails. Click save. And what we're going to do is we're going to test integration. So you can see n8n, I clicked on to make sure it's listening. And then over here on SendGrid, we're going to click test integration. All right, so you can see that this worked. You can see that it relayed the information. SendGrid sent over a bunch of examples of what things would look like. So that's all we're going to be doing on this webhook for now. Leave everything else the same. Authentication, none, so on and so forth. So the next node we need is an HTTP request. So on this one, we're not going to worry about any of this stuff. Instantly already does it for you. So go over to Instantly. And the first order in this workflow is going to be get or search for leads. So here you have different languages you can select, Python, PHP. We're using curl. So go ahead and copy over the curl code, go over to your workflow, and this little button here, import curl. Use that. And looks like I already did this recently. Let's do it again. Import. All right, very good. Now, API key, you're going to need to place your API key in there, whatever it is. And again, you get that from going to Instantly and selecting copy API key. So for this scenario, we're going to do it as well. Go here. And you're going to need to paste your API key in here. Campaign ID, you're going to leave that completely blank. We're not going to put any value in there. We want that to return to us. That's what we're trying to look up, is the campaign ID. Email, same thing. So we're going to leave email the same up here. And what we're going to do is this. Although we're processing, and this is really important to do, although we're only processing the bounce and spam emails, we're going to stick with this one right here. Body, it says body 0, because this is how these requests are going to come over. If you scroll down because you're like, oh, I want to do the spam report, I want to do the, let's see, unsubscribed, where's bounce at? I want to do the bounce one. you're going to put this here and it's not going to come up correctly on these emails. For some reason, it's going to say body 5 here. Like I can show you. Okay, see it says body 5 there. That will break the whole workflow. So what you want to do is the requests that come over from SendGrid are going to just be one request at a time. So just use the first one. I know it says process, but that's fine. Just grab the email and paste it there. Boom. Now take out, just so we're accurate, body. Boom. There we go. Okay, excellent. So turn off send body. We don't need anything like that. All this stuff is going to work out just fine. We do need the API key to make this work though. So let's recopy the API key, go back over here and paste our API key. Okay, this looks good. Let's go ahead and execute node. All right, and let's see what issue happened here. Okay, so example.com was not in our Instantly account. So let's take a look over here at Instantly, and let's, just for the sake of this test, let's go ahead and add the email to our little test campaign here. There we go. All right, let's go back over to our workflow and let's execute node. Okay. So remember, we're going to, put the value of the email in the email value. Okay. Try this again. Third time a charm. All right, there we go. So you can see it returned, and also shows the campaign ID. So this is the important part that you need. It shows the campaign ID, and that is what we're after. So we're pretty much done here. We can go back to our workflow. We're gonna add one more HTTP request. And in this one, what it did there. In this one, we are going to, HTTP request input. We're going to go back to our API docs and we're going to grab the update lead status. Curl, again, that's the language we're using. Guys, I'm not a developer. I don't know anything about this, but I was able to figure this out, and that's why I want to share with you guys. So in this new one, we're going to run this effectively. Boom. All right, that should work. API, you got to put your API key back in there. So let's go back and do that. Integration, copy key. Value is your API key. Okay, so now this is important. Campaign ID. We're taking out the value and we're coming back over here and it's going to send back the campaign right here. This is what we're after. This is a campaign ID. Put this in value. Okay. And then name, we need to put the email in. All right, awesome. Now let's see what happens. Oh, we need to put in the status as well. Oh, status unsubscribed. Okay, excellent. So it's already there, new status. Unsubscribed, that's the status we're going to use for bounced emails and people that marked your email as spam. So it says success here. Let's check. Let's see if sales guy turned software dev did a good job or not. Leads, Okay, nice. Unsubscribe. Success. It worked. Now let's try one for real. So this is the workflow we have. This seems to be working just fine. Everything's clean, squared away. This is a simple little workflow. We're going to go back over to the webhook, and we're going to go production URL, copy the production URL, go to our send grid, paste it in there, hit save. Now, for sake of the video, we're using close in order to send a simple email, and we're going to see if it bounces or it doesn't. Hopefully it does, and it updates. So let's send it and hope it updates here. All right, so as you guys can see, this email, it should have bounced. It says deferred. For some reason, it says processing still. Once it gets updated as referred or as deferred, SendGrid should send it over as a bounce email. So let's take a quick peek at it and see what happens. See if our workflow was successful. Let's give it a few more minutes here. All right, so as you guys can see, SendGrid essentially made this email bounce, which was good. It's what we wanted it to do. You can go over to instantly and check. You can see that it has been updated to unsubscribe in the campaign lead status. So that is how you run this. It's very, very simple. All you need to do, as we just went over in 8n8, is have a webhook, 2 HTTP requests, and after you get done, obviously make sure you activate it, save it, call it a day. Guys, that is under 15 minutes, how to set up an automated workflow using 8n8 to get bounce emails out of instantly if you're not using G Suite and Outlook.